like I said, it's just come out of the blue. I know. Well, I'll see how I feel later and I might be able to. I know, I'm sorry. Alright then. Will do. Alright. See ya. Bye. Bye. Sorry about the mess. No one should have to see this. When I saw the ad, I thought it was a joke. Quiet night in, it said. Do you want to be part of a new and exciting Channel 4 TV show? Then a couple of the girls were talking about it at lunch and I thought, sod it, why not? I just had to send an email with my name. Sophie Willis. Age, 27. Occupation, publishing assistant. I'm terrible at it. And a photo of myself. I sent that nice one from my sister's wedding last year. I say nice one, I was pissed and had just finished coming onto the DJ. But my hair looked good in it though. And I was going through a skinny phase. So if there's any photo I'd want anyone to see, it'd be that one. Anyway, I got a reply asking if I'm free to pop down and meet them at the office block in town somewhere. I went on my lunch break, didn't think it'd be a big deal. They sat me in front of the camera and started asking these questions. Firstly, it was questions like, have you ever done anything like this before? God, no. I don't even know why I applied, to be honest. But I love the stuff you see on Channel 4. Gogglebox, Come Dine With Me, First Dates. I love it. How would you handle being on TV? I've no interest in being a celebrity, if that's what you're asking. But I love the idea of the whole fly on the wall thing, for the audience to feel like they're sat in my living room with me, getting to spy on everything that's happening. Then, it started to get a bit more out there, with them asking all those conversation starter type questions. You know, the ones that show you interesting things about your personality. If you could have dinner with anybody, alive or dead, who would it be? Amberlin. Or Patsy Cline. Or my gran. Yeah, probably my gran. Although my gran loved Patsy Cline, so maybe both if they can make it. The world's collection of books is on fire. You can only save one. Which one do you save? Oh, that's hard. Great Expectations. No! Lady Chatterley's Lover. No! Yeah. Great Expectations. One song you would choose to hear over and over again. One song? I don't think there's any song I'd want to hear over and over again. Okay. You ought to know, Alanis Morissette. 3 celebrities you'd shag, marry, kill. Shit. Okay. Marry. Ryan Felipe. Shag. Dick. From Ant and Dick. Kill. Christian Bale. And that was it. That's all they wanted. Easy. I got back to work with 10 minutes of my lunch to spare. I didn't hear anything for weeks. Weeks and weeks. Then I get this phone call saying I've been successful and a TV crew will be coming round to my house on a Thursday evening. Please can I be available from 4 PM onwards? Oh, and you're cooking for yourself and 3 guests. That's it. That's all they said. I just assumed they matched my answers with somebody else's and decided who done with it accordingly. They didn't say what it was for, if it was for a dating programme or a cooking programme or what. So I made a leg of lamb. Sounds fancier than it is. It's just something I've done a couple of times before. The way my gran used to do it. Bit of onions, a few bits of garlic stabbed in, a whole bloody bush of rosemary dumped on top, and a splash of orange juice drizzled across. The trick is not to have the oven too hot. Low and slow, Gran always said. Like her after a couple of ports. She'd make out like she was this posh old lady with a glass of port after every meal. In reality, she was more of a double Bacardi and dark Coke kind of woman. But why break the illusion? So yeah, the leg of lamb. And I made a few nibbly bits to start. Because not anyone likes anything too heavy, especially if you're having a big roast for mains. And for dessert, I picked up these salted caramel truffles from this place near me. See, I quite like a bit of the old cooking. I never really get a chance to do it. What with it just being me in the house, and London's London, everyone's always so busy. So make a nice change, I think to myself. But if I'm honest with you, I was a bit nervous. I don't put myself out there all that often. I moved to London about 5 years ago, a couple of months before my gran died. Well, she hadn't been in or anything, I wouldn't have moved if I'd have known. And then she went, and I wasn't there. Mum said I shouldn't feel guilty, but I can't help it. Here I was, 100 miles away, and for what? I'm still waiting for something to turn up and show me I made the right decision to be here. Maybe this TV show will do that, eh? Oh, I didn't get off to a good start. I went to put the CD on and I somehow managed to get it stuck inside. And it's just been playing the same song over and over. Now I know what you're thinking. One song you choose to hear over and over again. What coincidence, you're thinking? Sheer coincidence, obviously. Anyway, I got tired of trying to fix it, so I just turned the volume down. Alanis, I love ya, but shut the fuck up. So, I'll paint the picture for you. I'm sat, waiting. I've no idea when they're coming. Them who they are. Then I realise, what if one of them's a vegetarian? What if they're famous? What if they're a vegetarian celebrity? And here I am about to serve up the roasted leg of a baby sheep. I'm on my way to the kitchen to throw away all evidence of the butchery that has just taken place. And the doorbell goes. I don't even remember installing a doorbell. I just assume it's something the creative team have put in place. I've heard about them adding things in or taking things out to paint you in a different light. This must be where it happens, I think to myself. Now, I'm warning you. This is where it's all about to change. The camera crew have taken their places. The lamb's resting in the kitchen. Alanis is keeping it down. And the doorbell's gone for a second time. I'll come in, I yell. Obviously I have a look around, make sure the place is presentable. I make my way to the door. I unbolt the bolt. I twist the lock. I turn the handle. And I swear to God, Anne Boleyn walks in. Anne Boleyn. The Anne Boleyn. Now obviously I've never met Anne Boleyn and I've no idea what she looks like other than all those paintings we've seen of her and Natalie Portman in that movie. But I get the feeling this is Anne Boleyn. It's either her or a really good lookalike. Who makes a career out of being an Anne Boleyn lookalike? So I'm like, it's definitely her. I get her sat down, see if she wants anything to drink, some wine, glass of champers, Vimto. She doesn't say much. I ask her again, and she says, quite politely actually, I'll have a glass of wine if I may. You may, I say. I run to the kitchen, but slowly, so she doesn't realise how out of my absolute I am right now. I pour her a glass of wine. I look at the bottle, wishing I hadn't just gone for the biggest saving in Tesco's. Usually a £10 bottle for £4.50 tastes great to me. But this is Anne Boleyn we're talking about. Now you know she's got standards. At least she can have the glass that hasn't got a chip in it. Here you go, I say, bowing tentatively. I mean, are you even supposed to bow to a queen that's been dead nearly 500 years? I'm on the brink of Googling etiquette for deceased monarchy. When the doorbell goes again, I make my way up to the door. This time, I decide to look through the peephole. I didn't mention the peephole last time because I didn't want to kill the suspense. But this time, I just got a nose out there. The last thing I want is Henry VIII turning up and causing a row. I won't have it. Anne's been through enough. She may be an adulterous whore, but she's my guest. And you, Your Highness, are not invited. But no, it wasn't Henry VIII. It was what I would consider to be the complete opposite of Henry VIII. Standing outside the door to my one-bedroom apartment in Tufnell Park. Well, technically it's Archway, but that's not important right now. In a long dark coat, hair coiffed with an inch of his life, is Patsy! Walking after midnight. Climb! I get that pain in my chest. Like that nervous pain I get when everything's just getting a bit too much. I look back at the sofa. I see Anne sipping her better than half-price wine from Tesco's. I look back through the peephole and I see Patsy! I'm crazy! Climb! You know when you have those moments when you're like, what is my life? Anyway, I've stood dithering for so long that Patsy's got impatient and has rung the doorbell for a second time. Take a breath, shake yourself out, and I open the door. Patsy! I say! So glad you could make it! Won't you please come in? For some reason, I've adopted a weird hybrid American accent. Not exactly how I plan on speaking to the one and only Patsy, if I could see the world through the eyes of a child. Climb! But here we go. It's too late now. Take a seat. You know Anne Boleyn. Now nothing could have prepared me for what was about to happen next. Anne Boleyn, second wife of Henry VIII, beheaded for treason, jumps out her seat, spilling wine everywhere, runs towards Patsy, flings her arms round her and says, Patsy! Oh, I do have a voice. I'm such a fan! Well, there we go. At least we've all got something in common. So we sat around, having a good old chinwag. I could barely get a word in edgeways, but with Anne making her way through the entire back catalogue of Patsy's work. 3 cigarettes and an ashtray is her favourite, she says, countless times. I look at Patsy. She looks at me. She rolls her eyes. I laugh. I just shed a bitchy eye roll moment with Patsy. I cried all the way to the hour. Climb! Anne's just about convinced Patsy to give us a tune when the doorbell goes again. I get up from the sofa, leaving Anne attempting to put into words how honky-tonk merry-go-round got her through some of the roughest years of her life. I reach for the door handle. Then I realise Anne Boleyn, Patsy Cline. I look at the door, knowing who's standing on the other side of it. I can't even bring myself to open the door. I can't even face looking through the peephole. That pain in my chest has travelled up into my throat. My mouth's gone dry. My knees feel like they're about to go. My hands are cold but clammy. And I hear her. Sophie, love! Sophie! I take a breath. I grip hold of the handle tightly. And I open the door. And there she is, smiling at me. Her face just as it was, smiling. "Hello, love," she says. I grab her. I hold her. "Gran," I say, over and over and over and over and over and over. "It's all right, love," she says. "I'm here now. Come on. That's it." I look at her, right in the eye. I'm looking to see if there's anything missing, if it's a trick. But no, it's her. It's my Gran. She's just the way I remember her, just as she was. Her cheeks are cold from being outside. But I know that underneath that coat she's got that endless supply of warm hugs. And I can't wait to get her inside and have her hold me and tell me I'm doing all right. But before all that, Gran, I say, you'll never guess who's here. I take her through to the living room, and her face when she sees Patsy is an absolute picture. She's completely beside herself. She falls into me with that little squeak she made when she was having one of her episodes. They weren't real episodes. She just loved playing up to a bit of drama. I'll get her sat down and grab her a drink. "And I've got some porter for you, Gran, if I knew you were coming," I shout through from the kitchen, throwing in a splash of Bacardi for good measure. "Oh, but Gran, I made a leg of lamb, the way you used to do it. Low and slow." She gives me that look. It's the same look she gave me when I first learned to write my name out before writing it out before me. It's the same look she gave me when I came third in the 400 metres at work. It's the same look she gave me when I told her I was moving to London. It's that look followed with, "Oh, you, that's me, girl." I look at her now and I think, say it, Gran. She smiles, winks, takes a second and says, "Oh, you, that's me, girl." And I realise right then, I'm the happiest I could ever be. I'm sat here with me Gran, Patsy, tra-la-la-la-la, triangle, Klein, and the formerly beheaded Anne Boleyn. And everything is just perfect. See, me and Anne have always had this connection. Not that she knows it. It was more of a one-sided thing, really. I remember learning about her at school, thinking, now that's my kind of woman. For a start, her painting was always the best one. Her sitting there all sassy, with a big letter B hanging from her neck. And she was the mother of Elizabeth I. She probably just sat there, sick of all these guys saying she's a witch, with this little ginger baby, wondering what all the fuss was about. As for Patsy, Gran used to sing her songs to me when I was little. Bit depressing, having a 3-year-old sung to sleep with songs about heartbreak and love loss, but it always did the trick. I remember I'd dressed up as Patsy for a fancy dress day at school. I stood in this pea green skirt, my mum's old blouse with these huge shoulder pads. I sung in front of the whole school and I stood singing. If I could see the world through the eyes of a child, what a wonderful world this would be. I then went on to reenact a violent plane crash death, resulting in a bunch of kids crying and the head teacher sending me home for the rest of the day. But I stood by it. Gran was over the moon. Said I was robbed of first place. So yeah, sat here with the 3 of them now, it's just mental. As the night rolled on, everything got a bit surreal. Anne had nipped across the road to Tesco's to grab a few bottles of vino and a pack of 10 menthol Super Kings. Patsy was knocking back the whiskey I didn't know I had. And Gran was harping on about how Mum's new husband needs to do her a favour and get the bloody hell out of the closet. That lad's been gagging for cock ever since they met. You can see it in his eyes. All right, Gran, all right. Oh, I'm just getting a bit dehydrated. I think it's all the wine. Anyway, I'm stood here. Anne shouts from the window, "There's a taxi outside. 3 guys are getting out. Sophie, they're coming here. They're coming here." I get up. The doorbell goes. And again. And again. "Who's that this time?" Gran says. "I don't know, Gran. I don't know." I knock back the rest of my wine. I steal a drag of Anne's cig. I don't even smoke. Everything's just getting a bit too much, and I feel like nicotine is the only thing that will help right now. I stand at the door, a bit dizzy from all the wine, as we're still not eating because, well, we've just been busy having a chat, really. No one seems all that fussed. I stand and try and gain some composure. I'm a strong, independent woman. I can handle anything that walks through that door. At least that's what I thought. Before Ryan, Felipe, Dick from Alan Dick, and Christian Bale come swanning into my flat. Ryan kisses me on the cheek. Dick slaps me on the bum. Cheekily, not in a pervy keep your hands to yourself kind of way. Christian Bale walks straight past me as if I don't even exist. I look over at Dick. He's already got Gran in stitches with some twickies doing with some twiglets. Ryan stood with Anne by the window. She's up and on about how it's just a myth I've got 6 fingers. I've only got 5 like everybody else. It ruined her reputation for years. As for Christian, he sat with Patsy. If I could see the way off the eyes of a child Klein. He's trying to drink straight from her bottle of whiskey. "Christian," I say, "put the bottle down. If Patsy don't mind sharing, that's fine. I'll get you a glass. But I'm not having you up to your antics." I head into the kitchen to specifically finding the glass that does have a chip in it. I've no intention to hurt him personally, but if he happens to cut his lip, it can only be seen as an accident. Unfortunately, he sees right through my cunning plan and points out the chip before I even hand in the glass. I go back into the kitchen to get him a fresh glass and drop a little spit into his whiskey when the door opens and closes. "Sophie." "It's Dick from Alan Dick." "Sophie, put the glass down, pet." I put the glass on the side. Before I know what's happening, Dick's got his arms wrapped round me. I'm falling back into his small, strong hands. And he's kissing me like he's just been released from a long stay in hospital. My eyes roll back into my head. I lose my breath. I get that flutter you get when... Dick. No, stop. No, don't, Dick. I say. Shh. Later. I say. We stand in second for a silence. He wants me. I know he wants me. And by God do I want him. But I'm in the middle of hosting. Later, I say. So he knows I'm in it. Then I come back through pretending to be laughing at something Dex just said, so they don't know what I'm really thinking. Before I know it, it's 2 a.m. As I get up to get some lamb from the fridge, I see a woman sat in the corner. She's just sat staring, looking at the clock, as if she's waiting for the late to start the afternoon bingo. "Who's this?" I say. "When'd she get here?" Ryan comes over and politely informs me that Miss Havisham arrived a couple of hours ago when I was at the toilet. I look at her Sure enough, it's Havisham! My wedding dress all in tatters, a faded pale yellow, almost off milk kind of white. The air around her is old and dusty. You can't see where the dust ends and she begins. And she's just sat, looking at the clock. Are you all right, love? I say. She doesn't answer. I decide it's best to leave her be. She's not doing anyone any harm. The same can't be said for my next surprise guest. I go into the bedroom to find an old photo album to show Gran, when I realise it's somewhat occupied. Then again, they say a party is not a party till you walk in on deck, from Ant and Deck, being already serviced by a D.H. Lawrence heroine. And lucky me, there he is, lying on his back, with a pillow over his face to muffle this yapping noise he makes. Don't ask. While Lady Chatterley goes to turn her back on him. I don't want to sound like a prude, and I understand entirely how hard it was for our Constance to find peace with her sexuality. But I'm currently in the middle of hosting the most stressful dinner party of my life. And if shag, marry, kill means anything to anyone these days, Becky's supposed to be getting off with me later. So, I politely ask Lady Chatterley to leave. She doesn't put up much of an argument. So, if you're asking, I don't think any less of her. I just wish the circumstances had been slightly different. You know what I mean? But like I say, the night kept going on. The camera crew left. They said they got enough footage. And one of the producers would be in contact with the date it would be aired. They asked me to refrain from talking about the night on social media and stuff. I promised. I don't use Twitter, to be honest, and I wouldn't put something like this on Facebook anyway. Yeah, the night kept going on. Ryan proposed to me. I turned him down. I won't go into it now. He kept doing this impression of Jeremy Clarkson. It just wasn't funny in the slightest. Needless to say, I got my shag from Ant and Deck, before he went to find Lady Chatterley again. I don't blame him. He's a young, virile man with needs I could never keep up with. Anne Boleyn demanded we watch The Other Boleyn Girl and left completely fuming about the way they portrayed her. Patsy, she passed out in the bath, still clutching her bottle of Glenfiddich. As for Christian Bale, let's just say I took care of it. So yeah, me and Gran sat up all night, chatting away, looking at old photos. What's to do, Sophie, she says. You're not yourself. What can I say? My life's a mess, Gran. It's a mess. It's a fucking shit tip. I've no control on... My grip on everything is so loose. I don't know who I am, Gran. No one knows who I am. I feel like I'm just crumbling. Like I'm some stale, rich tea. It's pathetic. I'm pathetic. I'm a mess. I look at her and I think, Gran, sometimes I wonder if I do actually miss you. If what I felt when you died was grief, or if I just cried because everyone expected me to, because I expected me to. I wonder what I actually miss about you. What I miss the most. It's the 50 quid you give me every time I saw you. It's not that, but I mean, it's not the nice things people think it should be. And sometimes I could really do without 50 quid. Because sometimes I think I feel things the wrong way round. I think things like love aren't really in my vocabulary. Not in my vocabulary, in my emotional vocabulary, if that makes sense. Loving people, things, actually loving them. I don't think I do that. I don't think I feel anything, really. Gran, sometimes I'm sat on the tube. I'm sat on the tube. And my eye catches my reflection in the window. I look at it and I think, don't you wish the tube would just crash? That it'd be over and you wouldn't have to worry about anything anymore. It'd be perfect. No one was suspecting you were thinking it, that you were wishing it to happen. You'd just be mourned along with everybody else. I look around the carriage, see who I'm about to die with. Choose who I want to get out alive. Choose who I want to die last, after slowly bleeding out. Or lying under the rubble for a few days with their family and friends praying for their safety. Holding on to that last shred of... You'd see it on the news, night after night. We live in hope, she's not dead, I can feel it. My picture will be in the paper, along with everyone else that didn't make it. Hopefully the one from Jennings' wedding, with my name and age underneath. And people would say, poor girl. My mum would mourn and ask why it had to be me. And then they could go on and live their lives, telling everyone about the daughter they had, their beautiful girl, so full of life. Taken. I go through a tunnel at some ridiculous speed. My eye catches my reflection. I prepare myself. This is it. This is the tunnel where it'll happen. There's been an electrical fault, a signalling error, a mistake on the track. I prepare myself. I breathe. I close my eyes. Then we're out. In the daylight again. The train comes to a stop and you get off. But your reflection catches your eye at that last moment and says, maybe next time. And you hope on some level that it's right. And you shake your head and realise only psychopaths think that way. Unless we all feel like that, but we have this understanding that it's not to be mentioned. Hey, Gran. Obviously, I don't say any of that. I just say I'm tired, it's been a long night. She smiles at me. Like that smile that says, you're not fooling me. She pulls me to her shoulder. She strokes my hair, kisses my head. And the tears start flowing. Straight into her blue knitted cardigan. That still smells of a combination of Asda's own washing powder and the Avon perfume she'd wear on special occasions. Look at what you've done, Sophie, she said. She said she didn't get to do anything like this. She went from being a daughter to a mother, to a wife, to a grandmother. She never really knew who she was. But looking at me and everything I've achieved, she said she has an idea of who she could have been. Funny. When I said goodbye, I didn't think I was really saying goodbye. I thought I was going to see her again the next day. Have you got everything? I asked. I'll have a quick look around, make sure she hasn't left her purse or her glasses behind like she normally does. She hadn't. So, I'm just standing, looking at my empty flat, thinking, the girls at work are not going to believe this. No,